Hey MzeroA Nation, Jason here, and as we wrap up our aviation weather series, I'd be doing you a disservice if we didn't sit down and talk a little bit about personal minimums. You see, I can tell you how to be the best stick and rudder pilot. I can teach you basically how to be a meteorologist and to really know and understand aviation weather, but all of that would be in vain if we didn't learn how to make smart go and no-go decisions. So in order to do that, I've come up with a formula where the METAR or the TAF makes the decision for us. I will not go flying. I will not go flying if the clouds are less than blank. We're going to kind of go bit by bit here and allow me to explain. I will not go flying if the clouds are less than blank. You fill in that blank for what's right for you. Notice the verbiage here. I said the clouds. I didn't say broken or overcast or lowest ceiling or anything like that, because we all know a few layer becomes a scattered layer, becomes a broken layer, becomes an overcast layer like that sometimes. I will not go flying if the clouds are less than blank. Next is I will not go flying if the visibility is less than blank. This is one student pilots and private pilots alike really can get themselves into trouble on. If you read a METAR and you see 10 statute miles visibility, yet you could go up and the visibility could really be 10 statute miles, or it could be one of those days, we get them on occasion here in Florida, where I can take off and I can see the Gulf of Mexico and I can see the Atlantic Ocean once I get to a few thousand feet. Visibility is that good. It is truly just unlimited visibility. Yet the METAR says 10 statute miles still, because that's just the area it shows out to, that it reports out to. So where student pilots, private pilots, even instrument pilots make a mistake is they're so used to seeing 10 SM, 10 statute miles, seeing both oceans, or the Gulf and the ocean, and going, oh, the weather's awesome. 10 statute miles is awesome weather. Yet, have you ever flown in 9 statute miles of visibility or 8 statute miles of visibility? If you are private pilot only and you've flown in 8 or 9 statute miles of visibility, I guarantee you were probably a little bit nervous going into it. It probably felt more like marginal VFR than anything. There's a big difference between 10 plus and 9 miles of visibility. I want you to be mindful of that as you make your own hard set personal minimums. Lastly, I will not go flying if the winds are greater than blank. And you could add to this, by the way, you could say the crosswind component is greater than this, but if the wind is greater than blank, you fill that in, I won't go flying. You see what this does when you set up the numbers like this. When you say, I will not go flying if the clouds are less than blank, visibility less than, you fill in the blank, winds greater than blank, you take the external pressures out of it. The buddy who's been nagging you to take him flying, you've canceled once because of weather, twice because of maintenance. Eventually he's going to look at you and go, Jason, are you even a pilot at this point? You've canceled on me 3 times. What's up? The weather's kind of marginal. It's 7, 6 statute miles visibility. Let me just take him flying just to shut him up. These external pressures. Even as a private pilot, you deal with external pressures. Student pilot too, the external pressure just to get this done. I've got to get this cross country done. I don't have any more time. There's no more money in the budget. I've got to get this done. External pressures come in all shapes and sizes. It doesn't have to be money related. So you see, when you have hard set personal minimums, you can look at the METAR and say, I'm sorry, my rule is I will not go flying if the clouds are less than 1,500 feet. And right now there's a scattered layer sitting at 1,200. Because I know a scattered layer will become broken, will become overcast, 9 times out of 10, right? You have to be mindful of that. Let the METAR, let the TAF make the decision for you and take the emotion out of making go and no-go decisions. Have your hard set personal minimum numbers. I will not go flying if the clouds are less than blank, visibility less than blank, the winds greater than blank. What are those numbers going to be for you? I want to hear what your personal minimums are going to be in the comments below. By the way, these can adjust. You could make, or I could make my personal minimums in 2-3 Mike Zulu, and that's great. 2-3 Mike Zulu flying out of the Ocala airport. Easy. 23 Mike Zulu when we took it out to California. Different ball game, right? Not familiar with the area. Familiar with the airplane, not familiar with the area. I raised my personal minimums. Flying with a non-flying friend, spouse, raise the personal minimums. You want to lower them? Let's earn more hours. Let's earn an instrument rating. Let's step up our game with our flying. And then we can talk about setting those milestones to lower them as well. Anyways, I want to read the comments below. I want to know, what are your hard set personal minimums? And I'll see you all as we continue to wrap up this aviation weather series. Great live stream this Thursday, by the way, 3 p.m. Eastern time on the MzeroA YouTube, MzeroA Facebook, probably right where you're watching this right now. Thursday, 3 p.m. I'll be taking you through some great weather flight planning tools on the iPad and on the computer, and making smart go and no-go decisions using real-world weather. Anyways, I'll see you guys over there then. I can't wait to read your comments. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and most importantly, remember that a good pilot is always learning. Have a great day, guys. We'll see ya. Take a 2-week free trial of our online ground school and see why Aviation Consumer Magazine named it the top online ground school on the market. The first thing you'll notice is that we never teach to the test. We teach real-world skills that are going to keep you and your loved ones safe when you fly. Now, it's because of this real-world teaching, you'll pass your knowledge test and your check ride with flying colors. With one membership, you get access to all our courses, plus weekly webinars with myself and this outstanding MzeroA.com team. It's really like an interactive TV show broadcast from our studio, where you get to interact with a team of CFIs. We also offer live support and email support to make sure you succeed. Now, one thing you'll notice is that MzeroA is like nothing else on the market. It is truly a flight training community geared towards making you a safer, smarter pilot, because a good pilot is always learning. It's much more than a slogan for us. It is truly a mission. So click below and take a 2-week, no strings attached trial of our top-rated private, instrument, commercial, and FOI courses. Once you join our flight training community, I promise you will never want to leave.